I got you.
Yeah. But nah, everybody, look, man, welcome to the Glory Stories. I'm Corinne Wiggins again. It seems like somehow or another, I don't know what is up with the technical deal. It seems like on our end, we're seeing people being able to view it, but it seems like on the viewers' end, it's hitting and missing in different locations. So we had to just restart it. And again, apologize for the technical difficulties. But again, welcome. And we have my man DaSean Burnett. Again, we have a great segment put together for you all this evening. And this is a spiritual networking platform striving to honor God's glory by sharing every story. We're going to jump right into it because of the time. And Day Day, just again, man, just introduce yourself. I'm sorry, bro, DaSean. It's kind of a habit calling you Day Day,
Nah, bro,
bro.
you good,
But
bro. I
yeah,
ain't
introduce
tripping.
yourself again, man, to the people, and just kind of let them know your endeavors and things like that.
Yeah. So what up, everybody? I'm DaSean Burnett or whatever. I'm an artist, a full-time designer or whatever. I go by DaSean Ultra now. Corn keep calling me Day Day because that's how he know me. Like everybody that know me for a little minute know call me that, so it's nothing. But yeah, bro. You want to start again or just pick up where I left off?
Oh yeah, man. You can pick up where you left off.
Oh yeah. So like I was saying earlier, like when you asked me like when did I start it, like when did I start knowing I like art or knowing this was something I was like into, like I said, it was something that I always had growing up. I don't remember a time where I wasn't doing it. And like I was saying earlier, like my older sister, like she used to be an artist, so
Right.
like that was my, like, I guess when I was like a little kid, that was my first example of like, all right, there's somebody I'm trying to be like I always wanted to just draw as good as her or whatever, because she was like the artist of the family at that
For
time.
sure. Yeah, I
And
think my brother.
eventually,
She went to school with my brother. I knew she was kind of in that art deal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For
yeah,
sure.
and she eventually she stopped after a while because she had other interests and stuff, but it's something that I just stuck to. And just growing up, I always just gravitated to things that's like artsy, I guess, quote unquote. I don't like that word because it's pretentious, but you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like stuff that's just creative. So yeah, I just stuck to it. Like it could have been anything. Like you said, from normally growing up, I was always in like art classes. I was always drawing. This is really, it's not like something that's new to me. It's just, what I always been about. I mean, when Bebo was a thing,
Yeah.
making the skins, that was something I was into. Making the MySpace skins, just it could be whatever. Like, but yeah, just growing up, like I said, just feel like something I was born to do, man. I don't know where it come from. It's uncanny, I guess, God given. Like, yeah, like,
No, for real, bro. You always been talented, man. And what would you say your toughest challenge has been thus far on your journey, and either professional, and how did you overcome that? It can be professional, or it can be in your art world, or
okay.
even when you was younger, just going through your life journey, a tough
Yeah,
challenge that you had to overcome.
probably accepting that, like when what we was talking about off air, accepting that this is actually something that I can do and something that I'm probably meant to do. Like we were talking earlier, I was telling Corn that I would, when we both brought it up, I was like, bro, I'd never forget. Like you was one of the like first people to tell me like, dog, like you gonna end up doing this because like that's what you're good at. Like why not or whatever. And like I said, it end up like coming into fruition or whatever, bro. So I guess my biggest thing, the biggest thing I had to overcome was just accepting that, okay, like this is something that I can do. It's a viable thing to do. I can make a living off of it. And once I figured that out, and once I like had people that encouraged me to do it and saw examples, I just never looked back or whatever. And I guess I can say going forward now, my current challenge is trying to like just totally find myself within like this, like the art space as in general, just going from just like a general guy that's a general designer that's just doing any type of design, and like we was talking about off air again, just transitioning into like doing more personal work, doing more like artist work, you know what I'm saying, stuff that's less commercial. So yeah, that's what I would say.
So what should we be on the lookout for in the near future from you, man?
Uh,
Anything coming up? Anything you're working on currently? Would you?
Yeah, I'm always working. I think that's just like my curse. I don't stop. But
Yeah.
yeah, one thing I will say I'm working on is there's this book I'm actually working on, and it's gonna be titled "Can of Paint," off the like saying I don't know this person from a can of paint. My idea behind it is like what the concept comes from. You ever go to like one of your like relatives' house and there's these old books and they always keep photos of stuff that's going on. of like stuff that went on in the past, just old
Absolutely.
Polaroids or old film pictures or whatever. And I stay with a film camera on me, so I take a lot of pictures. And my idea or the concept behind the book, I wanted to just like, I guess, kind of encapsulate my life for people that, because people that don't really know me that well, or just, just the world we live in now, it's kind of disconnected. People don't really, we don't connect the way we used to. People don't really go out. People don't, everything is digital and stuff. And then you see people on the internet and you think you know them, or you have an idea of what type of person they are, or stuff like that. So I just wanted to like make a book that's just kind of about me, my life, the things I care about, the people I care about, and stuff like that. And it won't be like a narrative based thing, not something that you would just pick up and read 200 pages, but it'll be like a photo book, something that you like put on your coffee table, something akin to like a hype beast book or like a juxtaposed magazine, something cool, just with cool designs, a lot of pictures I take, a lot of things that I write, like when I'm alone, stuff that I write on my phone, just random stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm working on that. I hope to get that out by the end of the year. And there's some other stuff too, but the most concrete thing I'm working on that I can talk the most about is my book, Can of Paint. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Lord willing. You feel me?
That's what's up, bro. Shoot, man. Hey, let me make sure I get a copy of that for sure,
bro.
Yeah,
I got you.
That'd be dope, man. But again, before you get off, man, let the people know where they can follow you. I know they see the ticker probably, but other social platforms, you have those. So they're, if you're on any other social platforms, so they'll be able to keep up with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. On Twitter, DaSean Ultra. On Instagram, DaSean Ultra. I'm on Twitch too. I'm gonna start doing like drawing tutorials or like design tutorials, poster build and stuff like that on Twitch. And I play video games, so you can add me on Twitch. I have 2 Twitches. My first Twitch was for like design and stuff at DaSean Ultra, and I have a Call of Duty Twitch, aimbot Tamagotchi. So yeah, that's really it, man. That's me.
So,
if you ever need anything, reach out. But yep.
For sure, bro, and I appreciate it, Day, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm gonna be on the lookout for that book, bro. Too, bro.
You too, man. You too.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I appreciate you joining, man.
Oh, no problem, bro. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
be
you.
easy, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, next up, we're bringing up a man that is a former teammate of mine, like a brother to me, who our former coach P referred to him as Teague. But no, man, he the man, but the man himself, my brody, Austin Teague. Let's get him in here. Teague.
Hey Boogie, my boy.
How we doing, bro?
What's happening, bro? I appreciate you having me on tonight, man. It means a lot.
I appreciate you joining, bro. Being able to work through the minor technical difficulties earlier, but bro, we're here now, man. So just catch us all up on, good to see you for one, first and foremost, been a while, but catch us all up on, what you've been up to and what you're doing nowadays before we jump into it.
Yeah, bro. So I don't know if you remember, but when we had the night before we had senior day, Coach P made us all stand up and give speeches.
Yeah.
The first thing I said was right when I got up there, I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna change my last name from Teague to Tiggs officially. Yeah. I don't know where he got the I or the S from, but I tell you, hey,
facts, bro.
Yeah, but man, this is definitely an honor for me, man, for you to have me on here. Dude, what you're doing, it's a blessing for sure, man. And I feel like I haven't been able to share, a lot of my testimony, a lot here recently. I was so grateful for football because we were able to really do that more so on a daily basis. And Coach Lynch, he definitely always pushed us, to put God first, family, school, football, in that order, really. And so, getting into the real world, it can take you away from it a little bit. But yeah, man. So after school, I moved to Raleigh-Durham area for a little bit, and I started working for a medical sales company, and then I got promoted, and so now I'm based out of the Charlotte area. So I'm working for a sports medicine division with this company. So it's awesome, man. I get to get in the operating room on a daily basis and interact with a bunch of surgeons. I worked, with a couple of the Panthers docs, and when I was at Duke, I worked with a lot of the guys who helped out with Duke football and basketball team and all that, man. So, that's pretty much what I'm up to right now, and that's life after football for me. But I love it. It's still it's a sales job, but it's a competitive environment. So I know whenever we were still playing together, I was getting my MBA. And I was like, man, I cannot sit behind the desk from 9 to 5 for the next 40 years, right? And so this is definitely an industry that I found where, I'm up on my feet, going to different hospitals every day, working with different doctors. And man, it's awesome. And I love every minute of it. And I get to see some cool stuff. And it can be stressful at times, but, it's been a blessing for sure. And especially with all this stuff going on in the world with COVID and all that, man, like, I'm very grateful because a lot of people, got let go from their jobs. And, I had a period of about a month where I wasn't working. But, my company still took care of me. And, right when they said that elective surgeries could resume, I was back at it full speed. And so I didn't really miss it in terms of work, right? And so that in itself is a blessing, man. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to since I finished football, man. And like you said, we hadn't stayed in touch, too much. I mean, we talk every now and then,
yeah.
Sure, but that's what I'm saying, dude. Like what you're doing right now, it's a blessing for sure because it allows me and you to catch up more on a personal level, and then you're still allowing me the opportunity to kind of share my testimony and promote God, man. And obviously all the boys that are going to be joining us too. I mean, it can't get better than that, in my opinion.
Definitely, bro, man. And look, man, our devotional for this evening is following the lead. And essentially that's his lead. And it's coming from Proverbs 16:9. And it reads, in their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. And when you hear that in the book of Proverbs, it's filled with like godly living or behaviors we should seek to emulate, and on the flip side, things we should try to avoid to keep us wise in our actions, you would say. Just like with following his lead, we tend to make future plans and have goals for our own future, which is smart and wise to do. But at the same time, God directs the path and establishes our real steps, we take. But when when you look deeper into us as man, you'll find that most of the time we have limited nearsighted dreams and goals because we ultimately do not know it because he does, right? So our goals and our dreams are technically limited. So when we talk about following his lead, it's having an understanding that, yes, it's okay to have your own plans and dreams, but with that understanding that your faith and his plan may take you on a different path and destination than yours, and trusting is key, So how do you determine if you're following your plan as opposed to God's plan?
Man, so this is spot on really for kind of how my life has gone over the course of 25 years, really. So it kind of takes me back to football, right? So where I grew up, small town, not many people go Division I in terms of football. So I think it's a blessing that I made it in itself, right? And so I was a walk-on. I was on the scout team for 3 years, bro. And your plan is never to be on the scout team for that long. And did I think I was great enough to be, on the travel team and playing on special teams at least, by my redshirt sophomore year? Yeah, 100%.
No, facts, you were.
I see. Right, and so we all came in having a plan, right? So my first year, I knew I was going to redshirt being a walk-on, but obviously you want to play as quick as possible. So that was my plan originally. Is I want to get on the field, get on special teams by my second year. It didn't happen my second year, man. So a little discouraged. Third year, it didn't happen my third year, right? Well, that third year, Coach Ruff got fired, and Coach Mo gets hired, and this is before your grad transfer, right? So I get to my third year, and and I still wasn't playing on special teams, but had a great spring. Got a few interceptions. Was number one on the depth chart because we had a couple guys, Bobby Folk, and Trayvon were both injured, so I got more reps, and I was trying to take advantage of it. And long story short, and you probably never even heard this story before because this is before you got here, but I think it was 2016, man. And had a great spring. We come back, I busted my butt all summer, and then leading up to that fall camp, the first day we report, I get told that I'm bumped back to fourth string. And I was told all summer that I was going to be, competing as a backup 100%. And, without a doubt, that's travel team secure right there. And really my main goal was always to get on special teams. Like I knew that's how I was going to get on the field. And I was cool with that. Right. And so like once I heard that, I mean, dude, it was an absolute dagger to me. And I was like, I had this big plan, over the course of that summer, like, man, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to work my butt off, I'm going to be playing special teams in the fall. And, I'm going to be a backup, but, I'll still get some playing time on defense and whatnot. So, like, that's the plan, right? And then the plan shifts. And now I'm back at fourth string, right? And I'm like, dang, man, like, this is not what I had in mind. And so, I was very, very discouraged, like one of the lowest points in my life, essentially. And I ended up quitting. Bro.
Wow.
Yeah. And a week went by. I went home back where I grew up with my parents. They were supporting me through it all, man. Always, I can rely on them. So I went back home and just trying to figure out what I was going to do. I was just going to finish out my next year at ECU and just be a normal student and graduate. And then I get a call like a week later from our athletic director. Dude, it gives me cold chills right now, right?
Yeah.
It gives me cold chills. I get a call a week later from our athletic director and his secretary. And he's like, hey, I want you to come meet with you and let's sit down and talk about things. So I met with him, and then long story short, I met with Coach Mo, and I never told Coach Mo that I was quitting. I just, kind of walked out because I was so upset about everything. I had this plan, in my mind, like, hey, I finally put in the work, like it's going to reap the reward, and then boom, out of nowhere.
Wow.
But this is definitely God's plan because I remember me and my mom had went to a gas station at back home and pumping gas in my car, and my preacher walks up. And he's just consolidating me and says he's heard, what had happened. And my mom, I remember my mom, she got all teary-eyed and everything. She knows how much it meant to me, and she knows how hard I worked and whatnot. She got emotional, and it's just by seeing my preacher right there, it just thinking about back to it. And, I put it in perspective later, but God was like, I'm not finished with you doing this yet, right? And so like I got a plan. And then I come back and end up earning a scholarship and play every game the next 2 years. And man, that's that in itself. Yeah. So that's I was very excited. You told us what the topic was going to be tonight because that's in line with what all has happened, pretty much in my life. So
Deep, bro. And man, shoot, yeah, man, I enjoyed playing with you, man, for just the time I've been there. I wasn't there long, but just all y'all guys, man, I definitely enjoyed it. And you being essentially, I guess, my backup in a sense. Like it was, I enjoyed it, man. Like just being able to, split reps with you and things like that. Just being in the room with you, bro. That's why I was like, man, let me reach out to Teague and see if he would like to be, the feature. And because it just essentially just me allowing you and trying to just show you that, man, I appreciated our time together, and even though I technically was starting and things like that, I didn't, look at, different. I looked at you like a leader, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely enjoyed our time, man. But just to kind of piggyback off of, what you were saying, man, I think that us as human, like we make it difficult and try to create our own paths. And but to know God's plan for us, almost every answer, is in His Word. To really, if you really just take a deep dive into it, and it says things like leading not to your own understanding, trusting Him with all your might, and He shall direct your path. So prayerfully developing that relationship, how to first get God to showing you exactly His plan for you. So I think like you said, your preacher showed up, and that kind of was just God, maybe like winking at you, like He got here showing off, like I'm listening, I'm showing you something, but I think another thing is with that, when God shows you something, the key is to also us as human to be obedient, and that's a word I think that we fail and think, at a lot of times, and being in tune to like our personal gifts and talents. What are some of your unknown gifts or talents that you think you've discovered that you have, and along the way that you kind of haven't tapped into exactly yet, or that you have tapped into and has been successful for you?
Yeah, man. So with my job, on a daily basis, I'm always interacting with different types of people. Like I go to, different hospitals every day. So I've found, about myself that, I'm able to relate to a lot of people on different levels in a sense. One thing I'm very thankful for my job is the fact that I can go out and be around, different types of people on a daily basis. And, it allows me to really get to know a lot of them on a deeper level. Not just the doctors that I work with. I work with nurses. I work with surgical techs. These people who are have different backgrounds and different stories. When you have a football team and being in a locker room, everybody's kind of has a different story, a different path as well. But when you get out in the real world, it's a whole different ballgame, right? Because you got to find a way to really relate to people. And I think that's one thing that I've been able to notice since I've been working, is that I can find ways to relate to people and connect with them, on a deeper level in a sense, if need be.
Right.
And, it's, I could go in with my job and just be there, for the doctor and talk to the doctor and ignore everybody else, because the doctor is really the person who's using, my stuff, my products, right? But, that's not what I strive to do. Like, I want to be involved with the nurses and the surgeons as well, but also, the staff who cleans the facilities, the staff who's underpaid, what they do on a daily basis with handing the doctor surgical instruments during the surgery. So being able to really relate to a lot of different people on different levels is one thing that I've noticed. That I didn't necessarily know coming out of college.
Right, definitely being personable. I understand being able to connect. So when another thing that I feel like when it goes and talks about following God's path, it's also essentially following your heart. Because in times, your heart can direct you in certain ways that your mind might not. But your heart tends, and it won't lead you wrong. When was the last time you took a chance or a leap of faith, you would say, of some sorts, and followed your heart to accomplish a goal of yours?
Oh man, I'd say the last time, with my job, you really have to kind of be strategic, right? In a sense, and the industry itself is, I'm basically going to medical school, in a sense, bro, because I have to be able to talk to doctors on a level. They went to school for 10 to 15 years, so I have to find a way to relate to them, and being able to talk to them about surgery and how our product can be used to make the surgery more beneficial for them or go smoother for them, has been a challenge. I mean, I still study on a daily basis to try to learn surgeries and whatnot. So whenever I was in Raleigh, Durham, I was there for 8 months. And that's not long enough for me to have gotten a promotion in a sense to where I could go run my own territory and talk to doctors, on a very high level. I'm at that point now where I'm a lot more comfortable doing it, but there was a need for our company to fill in Charlotte, and they saw a lot of valuable things for me that the inexperience didn't really matter to them. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, dang, this is actually going to be really tough for me to come down here and try to perform and push, the numbers that they always look for. But my heart was telling me, you got to go to Charlotte, right? You need to go down there. You need to try to build this territory up. You'll be a little closer to home, be able to see the family a lot better. Go do it. And so I made the decision 8 months in, and usually they don't normally let people go. I was told after about 2 years, 2.5 years, until you would be at a comfortable level where you could sit and talk to these doctors on a daily basis about, surgical techniques and clinical studies and all these different things that, there's a lot that goes into that. They go to school for so long, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I left after 8 months, and that's a credit to the training that I had where I was at. But, also my bosses, they thought I was good enough to go, and I would work hard enough and make up for the inexperience that I had. And so ultimately, in the end of the day, it was my decision. So I was like, man, I'm gonna follow my heart. And I've loved being in Charlotte, man. And ever since I've been down here, it's definitely been a grind. But I kind of see God showing off more and more ever since I've been doing what I'm doing. And so I would say that's probably me following my heart instead of my mind. When they were telling me 2 years, 2.5 years, is when you're gonna be ready. But I left at 8 months.
Yeah. Dope, bro. That's awesome, man. Sure, a blessing. Medical device sales, man. That's a good little field, bro. That's because people were trying to get me into that for a long time. I did the health thing too, so I don't know. I might tap into that, man. I don't know. I'm not really into the sales thing because I like. Yeah. I ain't out there in the sales thing, but I know it's a good field, though. I know it's fun. You being out there, being able to actively be on the go and in a competitive, essential environment. So I definitely feel that, man. Yeah. No, definitely, man. Well, with the sake of time, we're gonna see if we can get the other boys on here, fellas in here, and get their perspective on following his lead as well. So let's see if we can get the boys in here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Trash?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. X-Man.
What's good?
X-Man need a ring light or something, don't he? Hold on. C-Lo.
There you go. Got the blue light glasses on.
Yeah, let me see if I hold on. Let me get it. Let's see if we can get it even. All right, I think this is about it. How we doing, fellas?
Good. How about you?
I can't complain, bro. Let's see if me and T been talking about following this lead and following God's lead. Take a time to y'all can touch and speak on it as well, and talk about when you had to go on a different path as opposed to your personal own path and that you hoped and might have planned originally, and how did that turn out when you had to shift and transition to God's path? And I guess since Trav, like he's prepared, we can we can go Trav. You can answer first. Let me get C-Love. All right, here we go. C-Love, got you.
My guy.
Got you.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Travis Down.
Yeah, Trav, I can't hear your mic, bro.
My nigga.
Nah, I can't hear you.
Nah, Trav in the country, boy. He in the sticks.
All right, hey, while he figure that out, go try it out, C-Lo. Tap in and just let us know about a time when you had to alter your path and what you were doing to follow God's path when it was separate and different from what you originally planned.
We all play ball in here, so I got to go back to the ball. So you know, for me, I never necessarily saw you know, my life, you know, where it is right now. That's not that it's a bad thing at all. It's just that I always saw, you know, being in the league, you know, all the money, all the, you know, all the girls or whatever came with it. And you know, for real, that's what I wanted since I was a kid, you know, and you know, stuff happened. You know, I had a great time at ECU. I feel like I had a great career. I played well, but it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out. So, you know, looking back, you know, after, you know, getting closer with God and trying to take on his ways as opposed to worrying about some of the things I was worried about, you know, the ways of the world and the things like that. Where I'm at right now, obviously I'm still, you know, I'm still blessed, still breathing, everything's still good. But I wouldn't be as focused on him if I would have, you know, if things would have went my way. You know what I mean?
For sure. How about you, X?
I mean, just to, you know, piggyback off what C Love just said, you know, we just put so much time in the football. Like I never put so much time in the football, you know, especially our senior year. And I mean, things didn't go out like as planned, but I just feel like we still have like a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like
For
anybody
sure.
can ask me for anything. So
Yeah,
Fact.
same here, man. Same here.
Likewise.
it's just crazy because like I don't know, and like Chris said, like you just got to put your faith into God, and everything will come.
Yeah.
Fact. Trav, you got your
Can you hear
got
me
your
now?
yeah, we got your sound worked out, man. Sound
Are we good now? Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm in the boonies, bro. I'm in the
Yeah.
boonies. I'm in the
Yeah,
boonies.
man.
All right,
Go
yeah.
ahead, Ted.
But yeah,
Yeah.
man. Shortly after I got out of college, man, like Teague was saying, man, the real world hit you. I got a job doing IT. So I was behind a desk, you know, from 9 to 5 every day. Still doing that, but around like the year and a half, 2 year mark, man, I was just like, man, like there's got to be more to life than this. You know what I'm saying? So. Me and my buddies from high school, we started our own real estate business, and that's been going pretty good here lately, man. So
Congrats,
that
bro.
that wasn't something that I've
Hey, that's
always
what's up,
seen
Trav.
myself doing, but you know, like I said, God got a plan. He have you on a wild journey sometimes, and I've always had that. I always kind of had the mindset where like, shoot, I'm gonna turn up in my 20s, I'm gonna turn up in my 30s, but like. I started seeking them truths, man. Once things started getting a little difficult, man, with work and stuff like that. And like I said, once you get a little bit of that truth, man, you start getting a little thirsty. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like an addiction. You know what I'm saying? So my relationship with God got a little, you know, better, closer. I've always had one because I grew up in the church and things like that. But
Yeah.
it was just a point in my life where I was like, man, I'm gonna pick this book up for myself and just see where it take me. You know what I'm saying? So.
Dope.
Ever since then, man, like the more I seek and the more I just find out these truths, man, the better my life has been. I kind of living a set apart lifestyle, I'd say. And I don't know, I don't know if actually I couldn't hear what Chris was saying, man, but me and Chris got a podcast we about to start. It's me, him, and two older cats. And we pretty much just putting those truths out there, man, like digging below the surface level on the things we've been taught and just things like that. Be a pretty biblical podcast, but like I said, with the time period we in now, there's a lot of things going on. So, like I said, that's another thing where I never seen myself doing a podcast. Like that's just a test to just God has His own plan, man. Like I said, it's not really what we want to do, you know, at times, but
Yeah.
we just got to take it and just run with it at times, man. And that's pretty much my testimony with it, man. That's pretty much my testimony.
For sure. Dope, bro.
Hey,
Man,
that's what's up,
again.
Trav.
Glad
Congrats
to have
Thanks,
you
man.
for
on.
real estate.
Hey, Corinne, I just want to ask something real quick, man. I know we were all talking about, you know, the brotherhood and everything like that, but when I tell you, you know, I've been so focused on work a lot, especially like when I moved to Charlotte, man. And you know, I really got to give credit to Trav and Chris because you know they were pushing me to you know get back in the book and to really get that word in. And so I just
Dope.
give them a shout out, man, because you know without them, I might still be only focusing on work and not let you God lead the way. You know what I mean?
That's
That's
real,
right.
bro.
I appreciate
Yo.
it, T. You forgot to tell the people I was your roommate when you quit. What?
Hey,
Hey,
but look, we
Corinne.
go.
I'm tired of being around you, man.
Corinne,
Yeah,
I
we
came
go.
back.
Look,
to
I'm gonna share this screen, man. We got some games set up for y'all boys. Let y'all. I think Trav ready for this part, man. We got these games set up for y'all boys, man. We're gonna see what y'all tapped into a little bit. Let's see it. I'm gonna get this screen shared and we'll jump into it.
Hey, Trav, don't be cheating with them odds you got now.
All right, there go. Here's the first question right there. The first game is called Fact or Fib. You'll see the sentence on the screen, and pretty simple. You get an opportunity. You just say fact if it's true, if you believe it, or fib if you think it's a lie. So
we saying it out loud.
Yeah. For this one, you can go ahead. We can go in one at a time. We can go Teague and so on and so forth on down. So fact or fib, a shark can blink his eye. What you got, Teague?
I'm going fib.
Okay, fib. X.
Fib.
Okay. See, love.
I seen Xavier blink his jank before, so I'm gonna have to go with fact.
All right, we got one fact. All right, hey Trav.
Yeah, I always heard if you get attacked by a shark, man, poke it in the eye. So I'm gonna say fib.
Fib. All right.
Oh, you punch.
So we got three facts. No, we got three fibs and one fact. And actually, the answer is see, love is right. It's a fact.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It can blink his eyes. So that's one for C Love.
Crazy.
Yes, sir. I seen X do that jane underwater.
All right, look, rolling along. The U.S.
Man.
Y'all see the second question right there. The U.S. dollar is made of fiber. Fact or fib? T. Up.
We'll go fact.
Okay. X.
Fact.
All right, love.
That's a fact right there.
All right, and Trav.
I can't afford to go down 2, so I'm gonna say fact.
Final answers, and gentlemen, actually the answer is fib. Yeah, and it's fib because it's actually made of cotton for real. It's made of cotton, right? It's one of them unique things, but it's kind of like you think it's paper, but in fiber, but it is cotton.
I should have known you was up to something, Corinne.
Here we go, rolling along. Fact or fib? Jason Kidd is NBA's all-time steals leader. Fact or fib?
I want to say Chris Paul is up there, though.
What you saying, Tiggs?
I'm gonna say fact.
Okay.
I'm going with fact.
All right.
I'm gonna have to take that. That's a fib-a-roni right there.
That's a fib.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fib right there.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Okay.
No, sir.
So we got 2 facts and 2 fibs. And actually, your answer, fellas, it's a fib. It is. And that actually is John Stockton. And when I was researching that, the interesting thing I saw on there, I didn't know Michael Jordan ranked like 3rd on that list. Like, and people seem to like say he didn't play like defense.
Crazy.
So it's kind of weird to me. Like, I didn't know he was that high. He above Gary Payton for real, and we consider Gary Payton the glove. So I mean,
that's a dog right there, now.
Yeah, for real. So
is Paul up there?
Did you see? No, I ain't even seen. No, I don't think Chris Paul was up there.
Chris Paul.
Hey,
I think he was like top 15, but not like top. Jordan was top 3. So
hey, Corinne, you mind if I ask a question real quick?
What's up, bro?
Chris, why you have those fake glasses on?
What you mean?
Bro, you look like an underground rapper.
Hey, man, you just mad I'm up 2-0.
Look, here we go right here. Second game. It's called Who Knows What. There will be a multiple choice question displayed on the screen, what you all see. And you get to choose between those options, A, B, or C. Which one you feel like the correct answer is. Pretty straightforward. Who won the first NCAA football championship in 1869? A. Yale, B. Princeton, C. Harvard.
You didn't want to give us a study guide or something, man? B.
We got a B.
I'm going with Princeton.
Okay, two B's.
I'm gonna take that Yale, boss.
I'm gonna take that Yale. All
right, we have 2 years. And the answer is, gentlemen, it actually is B. It's Princeton.
Hey.
And I believe they even have the most overall for real, just dating all the way back. School before a lot of schools were even in existence. You know what I'm saying? They actually, I believe it's them and then it's Yale. Either them or Yale. They're leading overall for real. So, yeah, that's crazy, Princeton. Here we go. Let's see. Now, you gentlemen might be a little more interested in this. Who has the most Grammy wins? A. Beyonce. A. Jay-Z. B. Beyonce. C. Kanye.
I'm gonna say Beyonce.
See, all right.
I'm thinking it's Beyonce. Definitely.
All right. C. Love.
B.
B.
I gotta go with Beyonce as well, brother. Could you give us the answer?
And the answer is Beyonce. Hey, it is. I tried to. It was funny because it's like A Beyonce. Like it was just because her name started with a B, so it's like I wanted to say A and a B, but anyway, yeah. For all the Beyonce lovers out there, she does have the most. Out of those ones, she has 24. Hove has 22, and Ye has 21. All right, here we go.
She's snapping.
Right. Which film holds the record for opening weekend earnings in history? A. The Avengers Endgame. B. Black Panther. C. Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
I'm gonna go A.
Okay, we have an A.
I'm gonna go Black Panther.
Okay, we have a B.
Black Panther.
Okay.
Y'all know Star Wars is the number one. Come on now. Star Wars.
And we have a C. And your answer actually is A. Avengers Endgame. And but if we're talking total gross overall, Trav, you would be right. You would it does rank Star Wars, Endgame, and then Black Panther. Have any of y'all seen Star Wars though? Is it really like that? Like,
yeah, Star Wars is like that. Yes, sir.
They got the most fans,
honestly, like I heard, like you should really get into Star Wars for real.
No, it's
okay, because it says they did 247 mil opening weekend and then took off like and totaled out at about like 36 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like people that mean like they had buzz for real. Like people like go see that Star Wars. Like this a must see for real. You know what I'm saying?
That Star Wars some heat.
So
I guess you could catch up on Disney Plus, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to check that. All right, so look, we're going into the final game, right? And the final game for the night is called Pick the Misfit. And your score is 3 C Love, 3 T, 2 Trav, 2 X. Right? And so this game and Pick the Misfit is a little more challenging. So with these questions, you get 2 points if you get it correct. Right? So you have an opportunity, X and Trav, to take the lead and come back. And Pick the Misfit is pretty simple. You see the hint up there is manufactured. Out of those 3, you choose which one doesn't fit. Pretty straightforward. Which one you feel doesn't fit.
Like which one? What you mean manufactured though?
The company that is manufactured.
That's all I can give you. That's all I can give y'all. Is the hint is manufactured.
All right. I'm gonna go with C.
I just made cope with these games, bro.
Which one you choose?
I chose C.
Okay.
All right, we have a C.
See, look, cheating.
X.
A.
Okay, we have an A. C love.
Hey, bro, I'm trying to figure out
I
what's
mean,
the really.
we're on a time frame.
I'm gonna go with C too.
Okay, we have a C.
Oh,
gotta go with B.
And Trav went B.
It's Trav.
And the answer is B.
Stop
Yes,
playing
it
with
is,
me.
Trav.
Stop playing with
It's
me.
Tylenol. And the reason it's Tylenol is because it's Johnson & Johnson is the manufacturer for Tylenol. Procter & Gamble is the manufacturer for the other two.
Right. And Johnson did Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. So
When you first
been able to name a manufacturer, bro.
yeah. Question number 2. The hint is music. You have Ice-T, Bruno Mars, and Ozzy Osbourne.
what?
What y'all have, T?
2 of them do music. What's man talking about?
We go A.
All right, we have an A.
I'm gonna go A.
Have another A. C love.
How y'all going
No.
B?
Hey, I'm gonna take A too, boss.
How y'all going A? B?
Okay. And Trav with B. Bruno Mars.
Oh, hold up. What's misfit mean, bro?
What? Trav, you wildin' now. Hold on. We got and the answer actually is Trav is correct. It's B. Bruno Mars.
Why y'all choose Ice-T? Ice-T don't. What y'all doing?
Because he don't sing. I don't know. I thought.
And look, and the Ice-T and Ozzy Osbourne were part of the group Heavy Metal, and Bruno Mars pop.
So I got that
never
lead.
would have known that, bro.
Yeah, so that's why Bruno Mars is.
Hold on. The cops coming. Yeah, how about you? Yeah, I'm just doing a broadcast right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is funny. Now this is funny.
Yeah.
Everybody watching this, they share this now.
That man about to get fish.
Hey, the next question right here. Hold on, time out. I'm sorry.
Facts.
Hey,
I'm trying. Hey, I'm about to cry. Hey,
X, if you don't go home, man.
Are you okay, X?
I am good.
I'm in the
If you don't go
school
home,
parking lot.
All right, look. Here's the last question. Here's the final question for the night, gents. And Trav took the lead. He jumped back in front. He's up now. So essentially, he kind of if T get this right, he can tie it up. But there's your final 3: Powerade, Gatorade, and Minute Maid.
I'm going B.
Okay. X. Hope he didn't get locked. X.
I'm thinking.
Oh, I'm about to say.
You got a time limit, bro. Come on.
You do. You got a 3-second timer, bro.
I'm going B.
Okay.
A, sir.
We have an A.
I gotta go C.
And C. And your answer is B. It's Gatorade. It is. And actually, with that one, Trav, you actually you let Teague tie it up by getting that one wrong. So Teague, he just got 2 more points, so he got that right. So
What?
the tiebreaker for the night.
You get points for getting the question wrong?
No. You got it wrong. So you didn't get points for that one. Teague got that right, so he got 2 points. So he tied it up.
Oh.
Yeah, so y'all 2 are tied right now. So y'all got a tiebreaker. And it's very simple.
Oh, yeah,
The tiebreakers, I'm thinking of between the number 1 and 20. You got to tell me, y'all, who gets the closest wins. So T, go first.
You cut out on me for a second.
Oh, I'm thinking between the number between 1 and 20. Since you all are tied, we have a tiebreaker. And I'm sorry. And whoever gets the closest wins between you and Trav. So 1 through 20, take your guess.
15.
No, you didn't say 15, bro.
Okay.
Damn, he chose your number. I'm gonna have to go at I'm gonna have to go with 8.
You went 8?
Yeah, he went
Yeah,
8.
actually, you're closer because my number actually was 5. So Trav, I did. I was 15. I went 15 the other week, T. The very first week we had a tiebreak, I went 15 for real. But give it up for Trav though. We got a winner. Give it up, man. Give it up. Nah. But man, that was good. Look, but before y'all get off, before we end for the night, we have a final focus. I'd like to share with you all, and I'm gonna bring it up for you right now on the screen. All right.
No, to stop them.
When you make the decision, feel like, just know this, because the family and the
Seems like you want to cut in and out. I don't know what's
your
up.
life do not share your vision. In most cases, they will be the first to try and talk about what you want to do with your life. But know this, only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
People that don't have any dreams for themselves, they tend to be dream killers. They'll lie to you. No dreams. They don't want it.
Most people like holding back. If you get into the habit of just being mediocre, it will become a part of your consciousness. If you get in the habit of giving less than what you have it within you to give, it will begin to reflect itself in your personality. It will begin to damage you psychologically. And you don't want to be part of that kind of self-destructive behavior. You want to set some high standards for yourself. There's greatness in you. And you've got to learn how to tune out the critics outside and the critic inside. And since I'm going to do this, I'm going to harness my will. And I'm not going to let anything stop me.
You have to be relentless. You have to never let off the gas, never stop, never quit. Never allow anyone to talk you out of the dream, the vision, and ideas. And understand that for every level, there's another devil. It is the devil's job to create challenges, issues, and conflicts, insecurities, fear, because he wants to put you a test. But I can tell you now, I piss the devil off every day because I just don't stop. And the devil is so mad. This fucking guy, doesn't matter if he gets sick, it doesn't matter what happens to his money or his finances, every time he gets out of his bed and he's on a mission to get it done.
And as you begin to look at your life, decide that you're going to start working on that dream. You're going to work and nurture that idea. Now, there will be people that will criticize you. There will be people that won't see it for you. But I say to you, don't let nobody turn you around. You don't need anybody to understand it. You don't need anybody to approve you. You don't need anybody to say, go ahead on and do it. If you get that, that's fantastic. If you get that encouragement, that's great. But I say stand up within yourself boldly and say, this is my life. I'm controlling my destiny.
That's how I felt before I played the game today.
The word says, whoever trusts in his own mind is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be delivered. So y'all continue walking in wisdom and faith. I appreciate y'all joining us tonight. Going through the technical difficulties and things like that, but we worked it out. And we want to tell you all to have a blessed rest of your week. Fellas, again, thanks again for joining, man. And see y'all next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Having us,
bro.
No problem, bro.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
man.
Y'all know it.
Hey, one love.
Man. You know it.
Yeah.